Welcome back, folks, to another top 10 games I've beaten. This is the 2019 edition from Omar GT. And as always, I'll start off with my first honorable mentions. Sorry, it's been a while. I've done this not too long ago, but I've been working on other projects. So first off, honorable mention is Skullgirls Encore. This is a 2D fighting game. It is pretty easy to get into, but hard to master, of course. Not as complex as some Arc Systems games, but not too slow or easy as, like I say, a Street Fighter or a Mortal Kombat game. So let's take a little bit of skill to actually master the game and get very good at it, especially the final boss. Ridiculously hard. Took me a couple times to beat him. I didn't beat with every character, but I beat with like 3 or 4 characters if I remember a long time ago. But it was fun. I do enjoy the game. I play it once in a while when I can, when I'm really bored or need to release some stress. But do try it out if you love fighting games and want to try something else different. My next honorable mention is Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. It is a walking simulator game. There's no real action towards, no shooting, no fighting, no destruction of all sorts. You actually throw into a town and everyone's gone for some reason, but you're trying to find clues to figure out why they're gone. It's very atmospheric, very beautiful type game, very calm, relaxing. So if you want something to 3D game you want somebody to get into, but don't want to involve them into too hard of a gameplay type game, you just walk around, look around, and just find clues to this mystery of why everybody's gone. So it's another one of my honorable mentions. Next one on my honorable mention list is called The Swapper. It is a 2D side-scroller puzzle game. You actually have to clone yourself to hit switches, go through, navigate through certain parts of the arena, in order to try to get out and escape this mine area. Now there is a bit of a twist in the game, which I'm not going to tell you, but it actually does affect the ending, which your choice is made at the end of the game, really. But it's a fun side-scrolling game if you wanted to try something different that's not too difficult and not a lot of action to it, really. But try it out. My last honorable mention is called Freedom Wars. I played it on the PlayStation Vita. It actually was remastered for last gen consoles, so you can pick it up there if you like. It is a Monster Hunter type game. Where actually in the story premises you were sent to like type of purgatory for 1,000,000 years. So you have to serve them in order to reduce your amount of years to stay there by killing these creatures. You have to actually get different type of weapons and gear to knock off certain pieces of the creature. So it is a bit difficult in that part, and I think it did have online multiplayer, but I mostly played by myself at all times. I think I did try multiplayer and didn't make much of a difference, but it did help a little for harder creatures. So if you want to try Monster Hunter without the complexity of item synthesis and the difficulty of Monster Hunter, something much easier, try this out. At number 10 in my list is Game of Thrones, developed by Telltale Games. This is, I want to say a point click adventure, but it is an adventure game. We actually have branching paths. If you watch Game of Thrones, this game does have some depth where you actually can lose some of your protagonists in this game. This revolves mostly around the first season of Game of Thrones TV series, which you don't have to watch, but if you do, then you did have some kind of context in here. It was fun. If you love the Borderlands, Tales from the Borderlands game, or Wolf Among Us, or Walking Dead, then you will love this as well. And this actually may even get you into the TV show itself. So try it out. This is number 10 on my list, and I did love this game itself. At number 9 on my list is Lemmings Touch, which I played on the PlayStation Vita. It is available for PC, and I believe it's also on the DS or 3DS, and obviously mobile devices. It is a fully touchscreen game, but the originals was not. You can actually use the buttons, faces. What it is just a side-scroller puzzle game where actually lead these lemmings off to the exit of the stage. Well, the exit is very hard to get to. You have to make them build, climb, float. Even some of them explode to move an object in a way. Dig, climb. So doing so is very fun. You have to actually have to quite think quite a bit in order to actually make them escape the exit. Very hard to 100% this game, but it is fun as well to try it out. So if you want to try a new puzzle type game, try out Lemmings Touch. At number 8 on my list is Legends of War Patton's Campaign. It is a PSP game that I've played on the PlayStation Vita. It is a strategy type game, isometric view. Not really an RTS. You do have to take turns as far as the character themselves. I did like it a lot because it's not like other strategy type games where it's medieval times, fantasy, or space itself, or XCOM. So it is based on a World War field, which was fun to try something different. So if you like strategy type games, which are close to RTS but not exactly, then do try this out on the PlayStation Portable or the PlayStation Vita. At number 7 on my list is Zero Time Dilemma. This is a almost more of a point click adventure game. We actually have to get these people who were captured out of a safe room, or it's not really a safe room, it's more like a escape room. And some will die, yeah, depending on your choices. So you actually can replay the game multiple times. It's not very long. It does have a few little puzzles, but those puzzles and choices can determine who exits and who doesn't exit. If you like Danganronpa, I think you would like this as well. It's probably not as sadistic as Danganronpa, but it's still fun to play with. It is a lot of voice acting, a lot of reading in the game, but it is fun to play if you like those type of escape rooms type games. Number 6 on my list is Lords of the Fallen. This is a categorized as a Soul-like type game. This one actually threw me out of left field because I'm not really into Souls-like games. This one was very fun to get into, and it's not, I would say, as complex or as big as Souls as the Dark Souls series or Demon Souls, but it is still in the nature of gameplay and game where you fight, you die, you lose all your souls or your currency, and you have to go back and get it. But it was a lot of fun. You actually three different types of character builds you can do, and also upgrade to higher points of that in the game. So I did beat it 3 times, all three type of character classes. It was fun a lot. So this is the original from 2016. Number 5 on my list is Rebel Galaxy. This one also threw me out of left field, but I did want to try it out. It is a space shooter type game, but more of a survival, because you actually have to start with a small ship. You have to actually mine and get currency from different locations or zones and trade with other NPCs to build up your ship and fight off other smugglers or pirates, we'll say. And once you upgrade your ships, and I do recall, I think you have a maximum of 3 ships or 4. So you can choose which ones for different battles. But of course, the bigger ships are stronger, just a lot slower and mobility. And as far as cargo too, they can hold. So you can only hold a certain amount of cargo. It was a lot of fun to play. I did enjoy a lot. I did put a lot of hours into it and did as much as I could in the game. If you want like a space shooter type game that's micromanaging different type of things as far as currency and cargo and deliveries, then try us out. At number 4 on my list is Helldivers, which I actually played on the PlayStation Vita. And I think I played it on PlayStation 3 as well. I played it on both systems. I love this game a lot. It was a lot of fun. It is a isometric um, twin stick shooter, which you can play online. Well, actually, it's recommended to play online up to 4 players co-op. But you actually do have player damage. So anything you shoot, any bombs, anything you throw will damage the other players. I know Part 2 is out, and Part 2 is a lot better now. People playing that a lot. If you want to know where Helldivers began, please check this out. Do check it out a lot because this game is quite fun. I'm going to show you a little more gameplay on this as far as playing it online with other people. You can communicate, voice chat if you like. Although not needed, I never really talked to anybody, but I did have a few players that I did random play with, and most of them were all good players and all very helpful as far as it is, because of course everyone wants to get out and complete the missions themselves. You do have different monsters depending on the maps and planets you go to, and pretty much it is an extraction shooter. So once you go in, you got to find the loot, find the location of the base, or Like in this case right here, you actually escort this little type of train to the base, and there's different missions in each planet. I think it was like three or four. Yeah, most of them require some are side, and the more you do, the more loot, but the more risk. Where actually, if you stay longer, you can die because ammo is limited in this game. You actually have to watch your ammo. Once you're out of ammo, you're kind of screwed. You just gotta, if I recall, a knife, and that doesn't really do anything at all. So you can actually carry extra equipment to bring down more ammo, but even still, you still have to watch out on what you extend, and also how many times you can bring back other players if they do die in the game. It's very difficult. I will say a very highly difficult game. But if you want to know the origins of Helldivers 2, please do try Helldivers 1. It was a lot of fun. At number 3 on my list, and the top 4 on this list, actually very difficult to disorientate which one would be in the number 1. And honestly, I would say my top 4 are all great games. You can try them all out. This one is actually part of one of my favorite movies of this decade, last decade, is Mad Max. It's loosely based on the films itself, but it is based off Mad Max, the originals that were made a long time ago. And this is a driving game, but also a brawler. So you do have to get the vehicle to fight these cams, fight these beasts. And you actually do have a combat system similar to the Batman Arkham series. It doesn't have Nemesis system, but it does have this kind of same battle system. Even the vehicular combat is so good because you can upgrade your vehicle with different weapons, different loadouts as far as all-terrain, speed, acceleration, drivability, uh, armor as well, because you will get hit a lot by different factions. The story is great too. So if you love the Mad Max films and also like the Batman series, as far as video games, do try this out because having a combination of both vehicle and hand-to-hand combat was a lot of fun. At my number 2 spot is also still one of my favorite games, and I was debating on putting this number 1 because I am a Star Wars fanatic, so I do love Star Wars a lot. And Star Wars Battlefront 2 by Dice is still a phenomenal game. At launch, it did have some issues, and I know there were microtransactions problems as well. But after they've updated it and fixed it quite a bit, and also lowered the experience points needed to upgrade and unlock new characters, was a lot of fun, especially the heroes themselves. And having different modes as well was a great pleasing. This I'll say this is a major upgrade of Star Wars Battlefront 1, with the exception that Battlefront 1 did have more classical maps as far as the original trilogy. This one has more of the clones type maps and gameplay. But either way, it's still a good game. I enjoyed it a lot. You have more heroes than I can think of, even starships that you can fly as well, and maps to play on. Different modes, like I said, 4v4 heroes, starship flying, or of course Galactic Conquest. Not the same as the original Battlefront 2, but a little different itself. So the upgrades did help a lot. Along with that, it does have a single player mode starring Aiden Versio, which you can play. It's a very short campaign. I think you beat it like in 6, 7 hours. It took me like 10. But it is a slightly interesting storyline. But try it out. I have my number 1 on the list, and I said it was debatable who I'd like the number 1, but I had to pick Darksiders 2. This I played very long time ago, and I think this is actually the definitive edition remaster, which was on the PlayStation 4, and also available on the Xbox One. It is a sequel to Darksiders 1 with War, and it's based off the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. And this one you play as Death. Very fun game. I loved it a lot. Much more faster paced, bigger zones than the first game. So if you love the war from Darksiders 1 and want to try a much faster, much more intricate storyline, then definitely play Darksiders 2. I recommend it. Before playing, of course, Darksiders 3 and Darksiders Genesis as well. Um, so that's my list of games. I thank you all for watching yourself. Hopefully the next one come out sooner than I expect. But if not, then please stay tuned. And again, thank you all again for Momar GT for watching my videos.